What if I told you that just one sentence, just a few words spoken at the right moment, could spark instant attraction in a woman's mind? Not because of your looks, not because of your job, but because your words reached her emotions in a way she couldn't ignore. What if you could speak in a way that makes her lean in, smile slowly, and start seeing you differently without trying to impress her or convince her of anything? These 6 phrases are not tricks. They are tools. They're rooted in psychology, emotion, and timeless human dynamics. And when spoken the right way, they trigger something deep inside her. Curiosity, challenge, intrigue. They flip the script. Because when you understand how women connect emotionally and learn how to speak in ways that hit that emotional core, you don't have to chase anyone ever again. Every phrase I'm about to reveal is designed to make her think about you long after the conversation ends. If you use these the right way, women will feel like they discovered something rare in you, and they won't want to let it go. Before we get into the gold, do something powerful. Support this mission. Hit subscribe, because by doing that, you're not only upgrading your own life, you're helping make this kind of insight accessible to millions of men who need to hear it. Men who are tired of being ignored, tired of the friend zone, and tired of never standing out. When you support, we grow. And when we grow, we change lives. Yours, mine, and his. Now, let's get into the words that make her heart lean in, even before she knows why. Phrase 1. You have a unique way about you. I like that. Most men think they need to flatter a woman's beauty to get her attention. They throw out compliments like, "You're really pretty," or "You look amazing tonight," and expect it to land. But women hear those words every day. It's not that they don't like compliments. It's that most of them are empty, surface level, and rehearsed. They don't feel special because they don't touch anything real. They don't create an emotional spark. But then comes this one sentence. You have a unique way about you. I like that. And suddenly everything slows down. This phrase is a weapon of attraction because it walks directly into the part of her that craves individual recognition, not just attention. Recognition is subtle, mysterious, and unexpected, and it forces her mind to do something powerful. It makes her wonder what you saw, what you felt, what you noticed. It opens a loop in her brain that doesn't close right away. She'll start scanning through her own actions and presence, thinking, what is it about me that he sees as unique? Was it the way I told that story? My laugh, my confidence, my awkwardness? And as she does this, she begins connecting emotionally to your words. That's the power of a compliment that leaves room for curiosity. You're not telling her everything. You're showing just enough to light a spark. That mystery creates tension, and tension, when done right, is pure magnetism. Now let's break this down further. What do you actually mean when you say this? How do you use it in a way that doesn't sound cheesy? You don't use it randomly, you use it in a moment of genuine connection. When she reveals something real, maybe she opens up about a childhood memory, or she gets animated while talking about her passion project, or she makes a strange but clever joke that most people might miss. That's when you pause. You let the moment breathe. You hold her gaze, not in a creepy way, but with steady, calm energy. And you say it slowly, like you're noticing something rare. You have a unique way about you. I like that. The key is your tone. Say it like you just discovered something valuable about her. Make it sound like a truth you just realized in that moment. If you rush it or over-explain it, it loses power. The strength of this phrase lies in how understated it is. You're not trying to impress her. You're observing her. And that is rare, because here's what no one tells you. Most women feel invisible on an emotional level. Sure, they may get noticed for their looks, but how often does someone notice how they think, how they laugh, or how they light up when they talk about what they love. That's where this line hits deep. It goes beyond the physical. It says, I see something in you that most people miss. I'm watching closely. You stand out. And the best part is, it doesn't just make her feel appreciated. It makes her want to show you more of herself. She'll lean in emotionally. She'll share more stories. She'll start peeling back layers. Because now she feels like she's with someone who actually notices her essence, not just her appearance. Over time, she will associate you with a feeling of being deeply seen, and that emotional imprint is stronger than any pickup line, any flashy compliment, or any brag or flex. So use this line, but use it wisely. Use it when the moment is real, and say it with the calm, grounded energy of a man who doesn't just look, he sees. She'll never forget that moment, and she'll never forget you. Phrase 2. I like women who know what they want. This is one of the most underestimated phrases a man can say. On the surface, it sounds like a compliment, but at its core, it's something far more powerful. It's a quiet challenge, a standard, a filter. Most guys, especially when they're attracted to a woman, instinctively try to gain her approval. They say things they think she wants to hear. They agree too quickly, smile too much, and try too hard to impress her, hoping that if they're sweet, smart, or funny enough, she'll choose them. But what that does, without them realizing, is shift the energy. Now she's the prize, and he's the one chasing. He's auditioning. He's proving himself. And whether women are fully aware of it or not, that energy becomes predictable and eventually boring. But when you look a woman in the eye, calm, composed, and confident, and you say, I like women who know what they want, everything changes. You're no longer seeking her validation. You're not trying to win her over. You're stating a preference, a standard, and that subtly shifts the conversation from, am I good enough for her, to, is she what I'm looking for? It's a small pivot with a huge impact, because now she's the one who's qualifying herself to you. She starts wondering, do I seem confident to him? Do I come across like I know what I want? Am I meeting his standard? That internal questioning is exactly what builds attraction on a deeper level. Not only are you seen as selective, but you're also reinforcing a message she doesn't hear often. You're not available to just anyone. Here's the psychology behind why this hits so well. Women deeply admire men who have clarity of mind, clarity of purpose, and clarity in their values. When you say, I like women who know what they want, you're revealing your attraction to clarity in others, which reflects the clarity you have in yourself. That makes you strong, rooted, reliable, rare, and extremely attractive. Now the timing of this phrase matters. It's best used in moments when she's showing some level of decisiveness or leadership. Maybe she orders boldly at a restaurant, confidently shares her opinion, or tells you what she's looking for in life. That's when you drop this line. You look her in the eye, nod slightly, and say it with quiet admiration. I like women who know what they want. Then pause. Let it sit. Don't follow it up with anything soft or apologetic. You're not saying it for her approval. You're just expressing what you value. When you hold that line with calm energy, it creates a kind of emotional gravity. It pulls her towards you. It's also incredibly effective when she asks you what type of woman you're into. Most men would fumble and say things like, I don't really have a type, or someone who's nice, I guess. That's vague and forgettable. Instead, if you calmly respond with, I like women who know what they want, you do two things at once. You communicate strength and you spark a challenge. She'll now be measuring herself against your standard. Here's the key. Once you say it, act in alignment with it. If she's indecisive, insecure, or flaky, don't chase. Because if you chase someone who doesn't meet the standard you set out loud, your words lose weight. But if you stay grounded, calm, and consistent, she'll feel the difference. She'll sense that you're not just talking, you're living that standard. That's when the magic happens. She starts investing more in the conversation. She leans forward a little more, she opens up. She begins to want to be seen as the kind of woman who knows what she wants. And that's not manipulation, it's magnetism. It's a healthy dynamic where both people are stepping up to each other's energy, not playing games. So remember, don't speak to impress, speak to express your values. This one simple phrase, "I like women who know what they want," will flip the script from you chasing her to her wondering how to keep your interest. Phrase 3, "That's what I like most about you." This phrase might seem simple, but it's incredibly potent when used right. It's a phrase that shifts you from a surface-level compliment giver into a man who actually sees her. For most women, that experience is rare, emotionally rare and unforgettable. You see, most compliments women receive are based on the obvious. Her looks, her style, maybe her smile. And sure, those compliments feel good in the moment, but they don't stick. They don't create emotional depth. They don't leave an imprint. Why? Because every guy notices what's on the surface. It doesn't take skill, insight, or emotional connection to say you're beautiful, but it does take presence and awareness to say, that passion you have when you talk about your goals, that's what I like most about you. That's the difference between being forgettable and being unforgettable. This phrase works because it's not just a compliment. It's a mirror. You're reflecting something real about her that goes unnoticed by others. When you say it, you're not trying to flatter. You're recognizing something specific that makes her feel like you understand her. When a woman feels understood by a man, she starts opening up in a way she doesn't with anyone else. Let's go deeper. Imagine she's talking about her career. Not just the title, but the why behind it. Maybe she lights up when she talks about helping others. Or maybe there's this quiet intensity in her voice when she describes her ambition. Maybe she's vulnerable for a moment, and you see strength in it. That's your moment. You look at her not with hype, but with calm appreciation, and you say, "That's what I like most about you. The way you care so deeply, it's real, it's rare." Now pause. Don't rush to follow it up. Let it land. That silence after your words is powerful. It gives her space to feel them. Here's what you've done in that moment. You've validated something meaningful. You've made her feel emotionally seen. You've created a memory that's only between you and her. That one sentence becomes a fingerprint on her mind. She won't forget it. Not because it's poetic, but because it touched a part of her most men never reach. The power of this phrase grows when you don't overuse it. You don't say it to every woman. You don't say it too soon. You say it when the moment is genuine, when she's showing you who she really is, and you say it in a tone that feels anchored and grounded. Because it's not the words alone that matter, it's your presence behind them. Let's say she's helping someone, and she does it quietly. Not for attention, but because that's who she is. Or maybe she shows you how driven she is without bragging. Maybe she shares something emotional, and you see the courage behind her words. That's when you slow down, lower your voice just slightly, and say, "That right there, that's what I like most about you." What happens next is not just emotional, it's magnetic. She feels a pull toward you, not because you gave her attention, but because you gave her recognition. That taps into something almost every woman craves deeply, being valued for her essence, not just her appearance. If you want to know what sets a man apart, what makes a woman think about him days later, it's this. He made her feel emotionally significant. Most men never go there. You will. The most beautiful part is when you say, "That's what I like most about you." You're not just giving a compliment. You're changing how she sees herself in that moment. That's attraction on the deepest level. That's the kind of moment that echoes. Phrase 4. I don't know if you can handle me. This phrase is bold. Not because it shouts, but because it suggests something beneath the surface. When you say, I don't know if you can handle me, you're telling her, without telling her, that you're not just some ordinary guy looking for quick approval. You're layered. You have substance, energy, standards, and maybe even a little chaos, and it's not for everyone. Most men present themselves like an open book. They try to be as accessible, easygoing, and agreeable as possible, hoping that by being simple and non-threatening, they'll be liked. But what happens when a woman feels like she already knows everything about a man? Her curiosity fades, and without curiosity, attraction dies fast. This phrase breaks that pattern. It introduces friction, but in a fun, playful way. It implies that you are a challenge, and that is incredibly attractive when done with confidence and control. Why? Because challenges awaken something in people. They spark effort, intrigue, and emotional investment, and that's what you want. Let's paint the picture. She's teasing you. Maybe she says she's hard to impress. Maybe she throws out a confident line about how much she can handle or how fearless she is. That's when you lean back slightly, crack a knowing smile, and say, I don't know if you can handle me. Then silence. Just let that line float for a moment. What you've just done is reframe the entire dynamic. She thought she was being bold. She thought she was challenging you, but you flipped it with one sentence. Now she's wondering what it is about you that she might not be able to handle. Is it your ambition, your depth, your lifestyle, your emotional intelligence, your confidence? She doesn't know, but now she wants to find out. This is where the line becomes powerful. Not because of what it says, but because of what it suggests. It hints at the unknown. It makes her guess, wonder, and maybe even test you a little just to see if you're bluffing. That's good. It means she's engaged, curious, and emotionally activated. But here's the most important part. You have to back it up. You can't say, I don't know if you can handle me, and then start acting like every other guy. Over-explaining, chasing, seeking approval, your behavior has to match your message. That means being calm, grounded, and unbothered by her reactions. It means knowing your worth and not needing her to prove anything to you for you to feel valuable. What you're really communicating is this: I'm not for everyone, and that's okay. I'm not here to be easy. I'm here to be real. If you want surface level, there are easier options. But if you want depth, challenge, and intensity, then you better be ready. That's what lives inside this phrase. It's not arrogance. It's selectiveness. It's confidence in your complexity, and it's magnetic. If she is ready, if she's intrigued enough to lean in and try to find out what you meant, that's when the dynamic shifts in your favor. Because now she's investing. She's chasing a feeling. She's stepping into your world, not the other way around. So don't just throw this phrase out casually. Use it when the timing is right. Say it with calm certainty. Let your eyes carry the weight of it. Then let her sit in the silence for a beat and watch what happens next. Phrase 5. I'm not that easy. I'm not that easy isn't just a clever comeback. It's a subtle, powerful declaration of your value. It tells her without ego that you're not going to fold at the first sign of attention. That message is rare. Why? Because most men don't realize how fast they give themselves away. One compliment, one smile from a woman, and they're falling over themselves to please her. They start chasing before there's even a reason to. In that moment, the value equation flips. She becomes the one who decides whether you're worthy, and you become just another guy trying to be liked. But the moment you calmly say, I'm not that easy, everything changes. Suddenly, you're not reacting, you're not caught up in her charm or her games. You're cool, centered, and unmoved. Not because you don't like her, but because you know your own worth. It's not given away just because someone shows interest. That calm resistance is deeply attractive. The beauty of this phrase is that it's light-hearted on the surface, but underneath, it carries an energy of discipline and selectiveness. You're saying, I don't just hand out my attention, my time, or my approval. It has to be earned. And that idea is intoxicating to the right kind of woman. Let's talk delivery. Use this phrase when she's teasing you, testing you, or maybe when she makes a flirtatious move expecting you to melt. Instead of reacting with desperation or nervous laughter, you hold your ground. Look her in the eye, let a playful smile creep across your face, and with calm confidence say, I'm not that easy. Then pause. Don't rush, don't backtrack or over-explain. Just let it hang there. That moment of pause is when the magic happens. Her mind starts spinning. Did he just push back? Did he just resist me? Is he actually serious? Whether she shows it or not, inside there's a small spark of emotional tension, and that tension is attraction. Here's what you're really doing. You're setting a boundary with charm. You're communicating that just because she's attractive or charming doesn't mean she automatically gets access to you. You're letting her know that your presence has a price, and that price is effort, honesty, respect, and genuine interest. That's a rare frame, and only high-value men live in it. Now, let's go even deeper. Why does this work so well, especially in romantic or flirtatious situations? Because when a woman sees that a man has options but chooses selectivity, it shows control, it shows strength, it shows that he's not emotionally needy, that he's not addicted to validation, and that he doesn't crumble just because someone's paying attention to him. Instead of chasing her approval, he's filtering her just as much as she's filtering him. When you give off that energy in a fun, playful, non-defensive way, you become the guy she's intrigued by. You become the guy who's different, the guy who might have more going on than what's obvious. Let's be real. Mystery is attractive, but mystery without confidence feels like insecurity. Mystery with calm, grounded confidence is irresistible. One more thing. Don't use this line as a script or tactic. Use it as an expression of your mindset. You really aren't that easy. You really do have standards. If you live in that truth, if it's more than just a line, it will carry massive emotional weight when you say it. So the next time she leans in a little too confidently, the next time she assumes she's got you wrapped up without effort, just smile and gently say, I'm not that easy. Watch what happens. Then watch how she starts working for your attention instead of the other way around. If you master these 6 phrases, not just what to say but how to say them, something changes. Conversations become easier. Women lean in. They listen differently. They feel differently. You're no longer chasing, you're being remembered. Attraction is never about volume. It's about vibe. When you learn to speak from this level of grounded power, your presence will speak even before you open your mouth. If this helped you, support the mission. Subscribe, because this is here to give you real power, not empty talk. With your support, we'll reach thousands more men who need this. Men who are ready to stop settling and start rising.